Hi, Michael, clinical psychologist at Grove Psychology. I'm talking today about self-sacrificing and submissive behaviours, where you often end up in imbalanced relationships with friends or partners, where you often do things for them in order to avoid something else, so rejection or not feeling like the other person might like you, or them wanting to keep you around because you're helpful. Is some sort of behaviour around those sorts of things. And that often leads to an imbalanced relationship where you're here and the other person, your partner or your friend, is here, okay? And it can lead to feelings of resentment. So just to clarify this a bit more, so those submissive, self-sacrificing behaviours, you're often the person who's the last to leave at work, or you put your hand up to do more work, or you help other people out who seem really busy. Someone might come to you with needing support or help in some way that perhaps is inconvenient to you, but you put your things aside to help that person. Now, sometimes that's a good thing to do, and we want to make sure that's important. With some of our friends or our partner, it's really important that we do help them out in those dire needs. But this is more than that. This is always doing that, even though it's inconvenient, really going out of your way, rearranging everything. And those favors are often not reciprocated. Either other people, if you do ask, able to say no, it's not convenient for them, or you don't ask at all because that would be too risky for you to to ask for someone else's help. So we're really looking at what the crux of this is, and it's about worrying about not being worthwhile, not being likable or lovable, and the risk that this might be proved if you were to say no, if you were to be assertive. So a lot of people understand that they need to be assertive, but it's difficult for them to actually follow through because of the anxiety that goes underneath that. Now, there's another factor that comes into this. As you start to work through the reasons why you are so self-sacrificing, you engage in these submissive behaviours and start to become more assertive in your behaviour as well, saying no, there is a real risk then that some friendships or relationships might end. That this power imbalance that started your relationship, the other person doesn't want to give that position up. So you start to become more balanced, they don't like that, and that relationship ends. On the other hand though, other relationships actually really blossom and become more deep and meaningful. So we start to move to a more balanced relationship. This other person's always wanted that, and now we've got this more even relationship. It's really difficult work though. It's very challenging. It brings up a lot of anxiety. We've really got to test out this new way of doing things and run the risk that we might actually get rejection, we might get hurt, but we're then developing more deeper, meaningful, loving, engaging relationships that make our life more rich and meaningful as well. So that's the trade-off, even though it's really hard. So we can't do the assertiveness without addressing the reasons why we're in those self-sacrificing tendencies, those behaviours, and how to overcome that, and really going through that uncomfortable feeling of being able to say no, or conditions. Sometimes it's not just saying no, but it might be, I can help you out with that, but only after 5:30 tonight because I've got to do a few other things first. Is that useful to you? So we're sort of putting in the condition that I need to do a few things first and then I can help you. And that's a reasonable thing to do. Or renegotiating. I can't do it this weekend, but I can definitely help you next weekend. Does that still help you? It's going to give you a lot of anxiety. It's going to give you a lot of uncomfortability, but it helps us to get those more balanced relationships, feeling better about ourselves, less resentment as well. Okay. If you'd like to know more, you can definitely read the blog or check out our Instagram posts as well. All right. Take care. Bye.